This video, I'm going to show you how to have alignment with your energy systems, understanding how this can be a complete game changer in the process, and how when you do this, things happen quicker than ever. Welcome back to another video. My name is Aaron, and I help people expand their consciousness. Now in this video, I'm going to be sharing with you the ways you can go about the alignment of your energy systems and understand how this influences the law of attraction in a powerful way, or how this at least allows things to come into your life in an easier way because you become of the vibration that is necessary in order to experience what you want. So in our life, we always get a reflection of where our vibration is. Now, our vibration is a combination of how we think, how we feel, how we act. It's the different patterns that we have. And one of the most, I think, the missing keys for so many people is simply understanding the state of being that we are in. When we are in a higher elevated state of being because we're loving what we do or we're passionate, that then causes us to raise our frequency. When we raise our frequency, then our thoughts have more power because the energy is coming through easier than ever. It's like there's more high potency with the process. So in general, when I'm talking about this idea of the alignment of our energy systems, let's talk about a couple of what those are, because the more that I've aligned myself to this understanding and to my own energy systems, the more things have happened in a very powerful way. And for a lot of people, what I see is that some people may be saying, oh, I'm focusing a lot, I'm intending a lot for things to happen, but I feel like there's just these blocks. Or there's different things that they're doing, and even though they're taking action, they feel like it's just not happening. Well, this could be why, and this normally is the reason. When it comes to us creating what we want with the law of attraction, or just in general, we must have our different energy systems all aligned in one fluid direction. Now imagine that every time you think of something and you have a goal, you have a vision for something you want to move towards, but every time you think of it, you didn't think of something else. So it's like you take one step this way, then you take another step this way. You change directions, and then you keep on switching the direction, and therefore it's not likely that you're going to get in that exact way, the way that where you want to get. It's not likely that you're going to get there efficiently, if at all. So the key is understanding to align it towards, first off, a vision. This is going to be a combination of our different energy systems, which means the emotional energy system, the energy in general that we have, our passion, our mental, and all of these three things, those are the three main ones. You could say that there's also a spiritual type energy. So when you're doing something that you're really passionate about, you really have a purpose for, when you align all of these together, all of these energy systems together in one direction of where you're going, that's when things happen in a very powerful way. So you have the mental, the emotional, the body. These are all important parts of the process. And for me, I've realized that the more, in the beginning of my YouTube channel, I used to talk a lot about that of taking massive action, which can be powerful because that for a lot of people is the missing key, because people into the law of attraction, many of them will be using that of the thinking about it and the thinking about the goals or thinking about what they want. But the missing key is the way of bringing that goal, that thought in the mind into actualization. And for a lot of people, taking action may be the thing that makes all the difference in the world. But at the same time, if we don't align our body into it, which means we may have to physically do something, then the idea remains in the ethers. You see, our thoughts, while we think they don't exist, we think that they're just thought patterns that we have inside of our brain. The truth is, the world that is around us, like for example, the energy field, there's an energy field around my body. The HeartMath Institute has shown that everyone has an electromagnetic energy field that goes around their body, a toroidal field. And when we think thoughts, we think, oh, I'm just thinking thoughts. And that's what it is. They're inside my brain. In actuality, when we think of thoughts, we are creating an electromagnetic blueprint of it in the etheric realms. We may not actually see it, But what happens is when we think about something, the more we think about it, the more we put our emotion into it. And then when we take action is the more that thing becomes more and more solid. Anything that you have ever seen in your life was once first thought of in the mind before it was created. Anything that you see that is made by, the lamps, the glasses, the pillows, anything was first created as a blueprint in the mind, and then it was used to create it into reality. So in the same way, when we miss that key in the process, then we end up creating blockages within ourselves. Now, the other thing is a lot of times we'll think a lot about it, but if we don't have the emotion behind what we do, then we will make it so that things just don't happen with it. It's almost like the energy just doesn't move in that direction. So I would preface this also with a spiritual type connection. Like me, for example, I used to be really into, this is like 5-6 years ago, before I knew I wanted to be on YouTube or I wanted to share these ideas. What happened was I knew that I wanted to be successful. So what I did is I went out and I learned something called Kindle publishing, which is where I was learning how to outsource books, make books and put them on Amazon. And that was something that I was interested in doing. So I took a course on it, was learning about it, but I wasn't passionate about it. It wasn't something I was really passionate about. And it was actually more stressful than anything else because I had to manage people that were writing it and writing the books, and I wanted it to be a certain way and all of these different things with the cover of it, all of these little different things, but I wasn't really passionate about it. I remember doing it and it felt so much energy for me to put into it, and I just didn't feel passionate. And I felt like almost there were certain things that would happen with it that would kind of mess up, that maybe either showing me that I'm not in alignment with it or that I should look for other things. That maybe isn't the ticket, At the time I was just trying to create enough passive income to quit my job. But I went through that and then realized that if I'm actually passionate about it, it's very effortless for me to put my energy into it. So for example, I started making YouTube videos. And when I was making YouTube videos, I get behind the camera. After about a couple weeks of doing it, I started to feel a flow state that I couldn't explain. It was just like I get in front of the camera, I make the videos, and it's just this feeling, this is emotion. And that emotion is telling me, that motion of passion is telling me, hey, continue to keep doing this because this is what you love. So for many people, that may be the missing key. They may be doing something they're not really passionate about. They might be thinking of it, they might be taking action, but the missing key could be that it's not really something that moves their soul. It's not something that they get excited to get up every morning. When I wake up in the morning, not trying to brag or anything, but I get excited to make a video, to do things. I'm in Los Angeles right now. I'm getting ready to go meet up with another YouTuber. And it's a cool lifestyle that I've created through following my passion. And if you're looking at this, just know, and you want to also be on YouTube, you want to share your own ideas, you want to become whatever it is you want to do, be, or have, you can do it. The key, you can be it, do it, have it. The key is believing in yourself and knowing it is possible for you. Many times with the law of attraction in general, this could be a little golden nugget here in this video that I wasn't even really talk about, but in general with the law of attraction manifestation, the missing key for a lot of people is they focus on all of these things, but do they even believe that it is a possibility for them? Because if you rationalize where I am, for example, you say, oh, he's lucky, or that's just, a one-time thing that he has, or it's because he's this type of way, or he has a very extroverted personality, so I'm sure that's why. Well, the key is actually knowing that anything you think of and you put as an excuse will hold you back, when in actuality, I think anybody can do what I do if they're really passionate about it and they continue to put energy into it. So it's about knowing that. It's about moving forward with that and believing in the possibility of it before anything else, because if you don't even believe in the possibility, it's not going to happen, because you always get a reflection in your life of what you believe to be true. And then the key to that is the alignment of that. So let me ask you a question. Can you imagine the best version of you right now doing exactly what you'd love to be doing, feeling passionate to wake up every day, feeling high energy, a lot of emotion, loving what you do? Can you imagine that version of you? Because if you can, that version of you that you can imagine right now, that imagination of that version of you is a bridge to you being in alignment with that. Now here's something sometimes we don't talk about a lot in the law of attraction, but how is your body in correlation with what you're experiencing? Now what I mean is not just the action you're taking, but how healthy are you? Now the reason I say this is because The more I've got on top of my health and eaten food that increases my energy level, eaten nutrient-rich foods, the more it's raised my own vibration, the more it's easier for me to have that sustainment of going in my passion, going in the direction. There's an intimate correlation between what we put into our body and how we feel. And if we put in junk in our body, we're going to feel like junk. If we put live foods into our body, we're going to feel live. We're going to feel like we have vital energy. And when it comes to this process, if you want to increase your energy levels, change your diet. Look at, are you doing exercise every day? It's scientifically proven that when you do exercise, you increase the amount of serotonin and dopamine, and you decrease the amount of cortisol. So you balance out your hormones just by running for 20 minutes a day or 10 minutes a day, or walking, or doing something at the gym, whatever it is. But something that's not talked a lot about in the law of attraction, because it's more about the thinking, the emotion, the doing. But as well, think about your energy. Think about how you feel. And if you can, leverage all of these things together. You know, some people talk about yoga. Yoga is about union. It's about union of mind, body, soul. And in the same way of these different energy systems that we all have, it's about being aware of which ones are in alignment, because the key, the secret to this whole process is aligning all 3 or 4, or however many energy systems this is, into one direction. Your mental, what you're focusing on, your intention, your emotional, what you're feeling, and you moving in that right direction, your energy levels in general, the passion you have that continues to move you. Why are you doing what you do? Your body, the action you're taking, plus the foods you put in your body for how much energy that you have, how much energy you are generating. You see, it's never about, I think I heard this quote from Brandon Bouchard. He was saying, you don't have energy, you generate energy. You are an energy generation person, like body, like that's what our bodies are. So it's not about, oh, I don't have high energy. It's not about having high energy. It's about aligning yourself by eating the right foods, by doing the right activities, to generating more energy. And the more light you can hold, the more energy you will have. So I focus on eating clean. I focus on doing a lot of exercise because that's what I love doing. And here's the thing, once you do it for a certain period of time, you start to enjoy it. You will, if you don't go to the gym at all right now and you start going to the gym, you won't like it for about a week. But after that week, you will start to love it because you start to associate it with feeling positive. You start to associate the benefit you get of feeling good, of fitting into the clothes you want, or feeling lighter when you go to bed at night, or feel more energy when you wake up in the morning. Find out what works for you, but understand that the secret to this whole process is aligning all of these energy systems together. So me, for example, I'm doing what I love by filming videos. When I film videos, I get into a flow state. It elevates my emotion. With that, I'm focused on my goals. I'm focused on helping other people. I'm focused on adding value. I merge this spiritual connection into it because I know, and my purpose, I believe, is to add value to as many people as I can. So I focus on that value, and by doing that, it's almost like it moves through me. It's almost like it's something that I want to do, but also that it's almost like it helps other people, so it almost just amplifies it from there. I do and have it to where my body is eating. I'm eating good food that makes me feel vitalized, and then I do activity that makes me increase my energy level so that I can do things like speak in front of people, or I can do things like make a video every single day no matter what. And I'm studying, I'm constantly doing research on things I'm passionate about so that I can learn new things so that I can explain it to the people that watch my content. So those are ways that I align it. But let me ask you a question. How can you do this for you? A lot of times in our life in general, to change our lives in a very powerful way, all it takes is one choice, one decision that we make. And right now, you could make that choice. You could make that decision by just choosing, I'm going to align all of these down together right now. What you could do is write down on a piece of paper mental goals, emotional goals, energy goals, the emotional goals, all of these things. Write it all down and write down what those goals are and write down what you will do in order to align those together. What will you do? And how can you take action every day? Maybe one thing per category a day that you do to become more optimized. And then do that every day, because over consistency, everything changes. You know, a lot of times as well with manifestation in general, we think about it in timelines in our mind, right? I'm here and I want to get over there. How long will that take? I'm a believer that actually if you just master your day today, every day, that then things will happen. What I mean by that is instead of focusing on 3 months in the future, you can have that goal, but focus on mastering your day and doing things that over time with repetition will lead you to your goal. So for example, rather than stretching this all out in my mind and thinking about this whole long process, I focus on what could I do every single day that will make the greatest amount of difference. For me, that's making a video every single day. That's me emailing people that are on my newsletter every single day so that I develop a powerful relationship with them where I add a lot of value to them. That's me doing a couple other activities every single day, go to the gym every single day. I eat healthy every day. I do these few things every day. And it seems hard, but it's not once you get into the habitual pattern of it. Once it becomes the autopilot, it's easy. But over time, over a month, 2 months, 3 months, 4 months, it's completely an indescribable feeling. Plus, it's totally a different reality altogether. So it's about being aware of that. You may not need to master your whole entire life. Master your day first. Do things you're passionate about. Begin to move in that direction. Make a choice, make a decision right now that you're going to change your life, that you're going to align all of these different levels together. Write it down, do it. Write down on a piece of paper all the different levels, all the different energy systems, and align them all towards one goal. Take action every single day in that direction. Your life will change. I promise you that. But you just have to stay consistent. So, the sun's starting to come out now. I'm going to go ahead and let you write that down on a piece of paper and decide that that's who you are now. That's what you're going to be doing. I think it powerfully change your life. Also, I'm going to be doing more live Q&As on Instagram. So, boop, right there, you'll see the Instagram. I'm in California right now. If you want to follow my journey and you want to see what I'm up to, you go to follow me there. I also do live Q&As there as well, quite frequently. Also, I have a free guided meditation to show you how to raise your vibrational set point. That's going to also be in the top of the description box below. Other than that, I hope you enjoyed this video. It's very bright. My ISO's off, so I'm probably glowing. I'm probably like an avatar right now or something. And feel free to like this video if you liked it. Subscribe if you haven't already. Hit the little notification here next to the subscribe button so you can see the daily vids that I do. And other than that, as always, peace, much love, namaste.